Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick. Thank you guys for being here. I want to share something that I came across as I was reading the Word, and I don't know about you guys, but one of my favorite things when I read the Bible is when I read a passage, read a story that I've read multiple times before, but for some reason this time when I read it, something stands out, something jumps out that otherwise it hadn't before. And that's exactly what happened today. And so I'm going through Romans, and we are at Romans chapter 5, looking at verses 3 and 4, and they read, "Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope." And I think something that a lot of us believers either forget, or it's just something that we don't necessarily want to think about, is that in this life we are going to suffer. In this life we are going to go through hardships. The Bible makes it very clear that we will have trials of many kinds in this world. But we know that God uses everything for his glory. We know that God uses everything for our good, that he who began a good work in us will see it out till completion, that what God started in you, God will finish. And so we see, as Paul is talking about this, that things may start with some sort of suffering, but as a result of that, we are going to be developed in a sense of perseverance, that this trait of perseverance is going to be developed in us that otherwise maybe it wouldn't have. And then that perseverance is going to lead to character. And I don't think it's just as a believer or a disciple of Christ, but even just as individuals, just as people, that we are going to be stronger people. We're going to be better people because of the things we went through. And then ultimately, the final thing is hope. That after all the things we went through, after all the hardships, we are going to have this newfound hope. We're going to have this deeper hope in Jesus and his faithfulness and his goodness, which is going to help us in our times moving forward, that as we go throughout more trials and more hardships, we can look back on our times and think about all the times that God got us through. We can think back to our previous sufferings and have hope that God is going to do what he already did, that God's going to get us through it. God's going to help us make it through it. And I just want to encourage and remind you guys all that one, suffering, it is a part of life, that we as believers, we are going to go through suffering. Jesus makes that very clear. But just because something starts off as suffering, that doesn't mean it ends as suffering. As Paul even says, it goes from suffering to perseverance to character to hope. That the situation you are in now, that is not the end. That the situation you may find yourself in, the hardship, the trial, the hurt, all those things, that God is using those moments to define us, to refine us, to mold us and shape us in ways that we otherwise maybe wouldn't have if we weren't in those situations. And those things are going to make us better people. Those things are going to make us better followers of Christ. So I want to encourage and remind you that what starts off now is not the end result, that he who began a good work in you will see it out until completion. So what looks like suffering right now, what maybe looks like hurt and pain right now, there's going to be a hope that comes from it. There's going to be character development. There's going to be perseverance that comes from that. And so I just want to encourage and remind you guys of all that. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you later.